Yeah, the Tampa Bay Rays, greatest team of all time, at least from starting the season. They hang on to this one, Tony. They'll tie that record, 13 in a row. And I don't know, weak schedule, whatever. I don't care. The Tampa Bay deserves some credit, not only for this season, but what that whole organization has done. So great
Well,
job, Tampa Bay.
most teams are going to win 60 games, and you're going to have some quality pitchers from every team. And you pound teams, that you get my respect. I don't care who you play. You pound them, you get my respect. All right.
I'd like to see, let's hope they said it too. Why not? I mean, Tampa Bay deserves something like that. Let's get another one. Let's win this one and win another one. Go Tampa.
Go Tampa. They're the story so far here of 2023. All right, let's get to the NHL tonight. ESPN Plus has Hurricanes and Panthers in this one. Panthers favored here, total of 6.
Yeah, Tony, this one has some meaning as well as does Mindy's game. We want to make sure we talk about some playoff impacting games. Carolina, they need a win for the uh, Metro Championship. They're back to back champs already, going for three straight division titles. They've struggled down the stretch. They've had lost three straight, and they beat Detroit. We had them on that night. They won 4-1. Uh, Still, they're having a pretty strong season. You had asked about what makes them so special the other day, and it's mostly their efficiency. They're probably the most efficient team analytically in the whole league. I don't know if that makes them the best team necessarily, but they get far more scoring chances than their opponents, and they're probably number one in the league in that category. So, if anything, that says that they're uh, going to get more chances every game than their opponent on average. That might be a determining statistic for overall strength in comparison to every team in the league. 61% of game scoring chances go to Carolina. Their opponents just 39% of scoring chances that are in every game activity. So that's a pretty dominating way to control things, even though they struggled down the stretch. It was their scoring that kind of limited them down the stretch. They went under in 8 of their last 9 games, and they've allowed just 2 goals or less in 5 of their last 6. So that's kind of helped them a little bit. They've played some low scoring games here down the stretch. Anderson in goal tonight. He's lost 2 straight, but still 20, 11, and 1 during the regular season for a 2.43 goals against. Looks like he'll be back. He did miss some time with injury, so back for the playoffs. Carolina is allowed to mention those 6 games and stretch that out a little bit over 10 games, allowing just 2.4 goals per game. So it's the offense that's kind of been lacking a little bit here down the stretch for Carolina. Maybe they thought they had that division title wrapped up, and this is no easy task, certainly here against the Panthers, who actually have been very, very strong down the stretch. Now, they did lose their last game to Toronto 2-1, and despite winning the couple before that, the metrics would say that they're kind of fading a little bit. They really needed to exert themselves to a great run to secure this playoff spot. Since March 4th, they have gone 12-4-2 and played some very close games before losing that last game to Toronto 2-1. So their situation is they could be facing Boston, but if they could move up with a win, they might need just a notch of help. But I think if they win this game, they'll be right back matched up with the Carolina Hurricanes. So Florida has gone over in just one of their last 9 games. They have were some pushes in there at 6 goals, so not a complete 8 of 9 under, but I think it's either uh, 5-1-3, 4-1-4 to the over, or to the under. So only one over in the last 9 games with some pushes and some unders. Florida's kind of struggled to the finish. They're giving up chances, but they've been saved by goaltending. Mostly from the man in there tonight, Alex Leon. He's come in, done a great job, and really saved the ship to a certain extent. He's gone 9-3-2 this season with a 2.8 goals against, but he has just one loss in his last 8 starts, and Florida's lost just 12 of 40 home games this season. That loss to Toronto snapped a 6 game winning streak, and Leon has been a big part of that. So I think with Anderson and Leon tonight, uh, I like defense here to maybe get this one, Tony. It is a juiced 6.5. That caught my eye, certainly. I think there might even be some sixes out there in the market indicating that this one shades a little bit to the under. I'm looking right now. Yeah, a couple books have a juiced 6 over, but I'm pretty sure there are several books out there. I see the one down the street from me hanging a juiced 6.5. The 6.5s are probably going to be minus 125 in most cases. And that's the way I'd look to go in this one. But you see there on Tony's sharp book generated at 6/18. So either way, I'm going to stick to the under here with Carolina and Florida tonight in their finale. My bad on that, Tony. I saw that long schedule and all the games kind of correlated with those start times today, 7 minutes after the hour. When we know sometimes we see them five after whatever, and I thought the season was over. But yeah, two more games tomorrow. It didn't change yesterday I came in with a winner on the show, but I explained the situation. But I don't think it changed the motivation of Dallas yesterday with Colorado playing that last game tomorrow. They still were in position where they needed battling for that league division title. So again, that was a total, anyways. But still, I'll go under in this one. Tony, Carolina, and Florida tonight.
All right, the under the total here. This is the sharpest book in the world. They're only ones I see at 6. So we're seeing, and of course you'll find 6.5. Pretty much all the U.S. sports books, as the sharp folks around the world are putting their money here on under. And how can you blame them, right? When you look at Florida, they've given up 2 goals or fewer over their past 7 games, and of course this may be one of those teams that hot goaltending can carry you a long way in the Stanley Cup Finals. How do you look at Florida's chances when we hit the postseason, especially if they continue? Well, this is the last game they have for the regular season. If they keep the opponent to 2 or less, how did they look going into the playoffs?
So Leon's been a big pleasant surprise because he came in there late in the season and really has done the job for them. Well, you can't call it a fluke, I would think, at this point, with basically playing several of these starts down the stretch, most of them. As a matter of fact, he's been the one that's kind of keyed it. But really, what we're seeing from Florida, maybe they needed such momentum to get to the playoffs, but they were out of the playoffs quite frankly, a month and a half ago or so, and then made this great run thanks to the goaltending of Leon for the most part, because it's been a defensive situation. And yeah, I mean, Florida can score to a certain extent, but again, losing to Toronto last game is no problem, but just 2-1. So they may be relying on that, maybe a little bit too much, because nobody, had definitely had Alex Leon up there as one of the top goaltenders in the league. He's certainly been near that type of credential here down the stretch, helping them to their current situation. So, Tony, they better win this game, otherwise they're facing the Boston Bruins. So I don't know what more I can, talk about as far as their chances are concerned. I don't know if we're going to see a collapse of the Bruins. Those will be tough. Every game, seven games in these series, but just Boston's been so terrific. That'll be tough. So hey, yeah, for Florida, why not try to beat Carolina tonight? Take your chances. Maybe you can face them again and go in with a little momentum and confidence as well, having beat them. Carolina, they did lose Shevchenko. I mentioned on that last show, lost Shevchenko. Uh, you know, a good winger out for the remainder of the season. They've had some tough luck actually on Carolina this year with those injuries. You figure Pacioretty, he went out back in January, and Case Andres Case. He's out for the season too. Way back last year when the season was getting started with recurring concussions, I believe. So it's been kind of a rough situation for Carolina this season. So the problem for Florida in their goaltending was they had Knight but he's the one that left the team. He had some personal issues, and that gave Leon his chance. So they might end up hanging their hat mostly with him in those playoff games.
All right, we got Ramon here with the Hurricanes Panthers under 6.5. This one will have a start time here, 7 Eastern time. It's over on ESPN Plus for tonight's action. All right, Ramon, let's take a look over at TonySpicks.com for tonight's action. Great results here for 2023. 5,780 units of profit based on a $100 unit wager. That's about the tops anywhere. A lot of these multi-capper sites, you're not going to see this type of performance anywhere. It's just outstanding here for the first 3.5 months here of 2023. You see the numbers. All right, tonight, Ramon, on the site, we've got, every team in action tonight, NHL. We do have still some baseball left to go here, about a handful of games. NBA with the day off, back tomorrow. What do you have going on over at Tony's Space?
Yeah, the knocked down a little bit there. A couple of totals bit me there. The close finishes in the NBA. So we'll get back to Mr. 6,000 here, but didn't feel like that Bulls game was definitely a low scoring game. Just snuck over for me there. Still ended up giving out all four sides either on the show or with premiums there. The NBA. So we're back tomorrow. Crushed it pretty good. I'd basically say 6 of 8, giving side and total in the play-in games so far. So we'll keep that going. And it did ruin that little streak that I was talking about of play-in games going under, and it was still kind of close. Yeah, the second game ended up going quite a bit over point wise. But tonight, Tony, it's about the NHL. Just a 3-pack right now. We know a lot of games are, not so much meaning. There's certainly several games with meaning, but I've got a 3-pack tonight in the NHL as we'll wrap up the regular season. I'd like to sweep that and put myself back over 20 units since the first of the year. Up 31 units last year, documented on our site. All of our picks are fully documented. We enter them into the system, graded by a third-party source. You have score leaderboard 2.0 on our site. Check it out. I have plus 31 units on the calendar year last year. We started Tony's Picks back in January of last year. Well, not Tony's Picks. Tony's Picks has been around, but you know what I mean. The website, the multi-capper site, plus 31 units over there last year, plus 1,700 units right now since January 1st this year. So let's get back up to 20 and sweep this card tonight in the NHL and have a nice round number heading into the postseason. Pick up my 3-pack tonight for $30 at Tony'sPicks.com and use that promo code Tony T will save you 20% off that package. And, my NHL, pretty strong, certainly. And mentioned those units, 17 units since January 1st, and been one of my better sports. And when Mindy and I are together on the morning steam, we do well with our hockey, and we agreed on several games today. So you could go back and check out the show or pick up the package there on Tony'sPicks.com with our morning steam picks. If you didn't catch the show and don't have time, just for a nominal fee, you can subscribe to the picks. You don't even have to watch the show, but know that hockey's been a pretty strong sport of ours. So, also tonight, Tony, in Major League Baseball, just one game right now. It's my $15 discount play coming at you tonight in the Major League. So, pick up this one tonight. Credit guaranteed, of course. Get credits back. Use the promo code Tony T at checkout. Maybe we'll get on the Brewers game if we can find it. I don't know. Maybe they're going to pitch an infielder. I don't know. They don't even have a starter yet for the Brewers. So just one game right now, Tony, in the major leagues, 5-game card tonight. That might be it for me in on the bases. As we look at it, I've already brought home one winner today in the early games with one of those totals over. Sure, all the day games went over yesterday, but the went under yesterday, going against that trend that I mentioned. But the overs started to come back in the night games a little bit. Got a couple more overs here. I'm not changing my tune until further notice, until the odds makers start to adjust and we start seeing more of these 8.5 and 9s. I think they're starting to get there a little bit with their bookmaking, but we'll see. I don't think they've quite adjusted still yet, and I think the numbers still indicate that. We're seeing too many games, Tony, with double-digit runs. If this is what everybody wanted, I'm glad they wanted scoring. They're getting it, and well, it's okay, but it's not necessarily traditional baseball the way we knew it. But if it's everybody's excited, staying in their seats, drinking less beer, I thought maybe that was controversy with one of the big beer manufacturers because of the backlash from social situation. Maybe it was the fact that there's not as many beers being consumed at the games. Maybe that's why their stock has gone down. Uh, that's what we're kind of seeing some stories written about, Tony. These games are going, certainly quicker right now, and the players aren't visiting the concession stand as much. The guys who are complaining are the beer makers and the concessionaires a little bit, not getting as many sales. So, anyways, Tony, my game tonight in the major leagues. There you see it, $15. Pick it up at Tony'sPicks.com. And should be a strong weekend. We get here to Friday, more NBA action and great action during the weekend as well as we wrap up uh, NHL. Take a little hiatus for a couple of days, get those playoffs together. We know NBA, the big card on Friday night. I've got UFC this weekend as well. So good time to pick up a pack 7 day, 3 day, 30 day. Join some of my subscribers that do that instead. I'm the guy coming in with the late steam. I'm the guy that likes to make sure I see some lineups. So subscribe to my picks. Take a look at those handicapper leaderboards. See who's hot. See who's done what this year over on our website, and then sign up. Click on the All Cappers tab. Find Ramon Scott on there, Tony, and click on my handicapper profile page and get signed up. You can always check my results there, see how I'm going. But I'm on top of the leaderboards in several categories. We're going to pick it up after last night. Have a great winning night tonight on the ice, on the diamond, and appreciate it.
That's right, guys. Got both. Ramon Scott over at Tony's Picks. You see the great results that he's put up over on the site. 5,780 units of prop for 2023. So get on board with Ramon Scott and get on board with that NHL 3-pack. He's also in with that $15 best bet premium, discount best bet on the board right now. But again, the long-term passes will serve you well. We see that 1 month pass. It's a great value right now. Get all of Ramon's premium plays for 30 days. All his baseball. It includes the NBA playoffs for about 2 rounds of NHL playoffs, as well as his UFC picks that he gives out when they're UFC cards on Saturday. So get signed up. Remember that promo code TonyT at checkout. That'll take $66 off that 1 month all sports pass. When you use that promo code TonyT at checkout, you can access Ramon's page by clicking the link you see there in the description. Click the All Cappers tab, then you'll land on Ramon's page and go ahead and get signed up. All right, Ramon, we have a Twitter account for you that you control. Tony's Picks Ramon. Expect everyone to go out there and follow Ramon there because there's more content from him. Also, he got content sprayed throughout the site, and they find more content from you from our Discord.
I don't need a blue check mark. You know who I am. Follow me at Tony's Picks Ramon and get more free winners. I like to say that my best picks are the premium picks. Maybe the next best are the video picks on our show. Then you got the social media picks, and maybe they are stronger. I certainly grade them that way, but eventually you should see very close to still the same percentage of winners from me. I'm definitely doing enough to cover any costs that you might have if you are subscribing to the picks. We have to win at a little bit higher rate, and look at that right there. 100 games over 500 basically since the start of the year, and trying to get back to plus 60 units. You probably could do pretty well at 20 units a month through the whole year. Baseball's key, everyone. Don't take it. Don't take time off if your bankroll is you're looking to keep building, because baseball, kind of like college basketball for me, where really I've done so much damage. There's so many games day in and day out. These are the sports that really you can do damage when you get on a little bit of a roll. We've already proven it a little bit in baseball. Yeah, we gave a little bit back last day or two, but again, it's these day in and day out sports that really we're going to make our big money. Everyone says, oh, baseball, just wait till football season. A lot of people say football season, that's the start of handicapping. Hey, we've got the NBA playoffs. Everyone knows that I crushed the NBA playoffs last year, Tony. That's how we built that number up, late season and NBA playoffs. And then NHL as well. We're in the playoffs. It's already 50 units here on the site. Tony's not punching in winners for everybody. Everyone's the struggle's real for all of us. Get these winners, work hard, and do that. So trying to bring home winners there in Major League Baseball throughout the summer. I'll be here, so please join me, join Mindy and I over on the morning steam every day. We'll be going over a lot of baseball in the months to come, as well as these playoff games every day. So join us 6 days a week. Wednesday through Monday, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, and 8 a.m. Mindy time. And join us on the morning steam with all of our chat in there today, helping me out when I don't know what I'm doing, and I just end up going with whatever the chat tells me to go with. Also, my embedded videos today, Tony, pick up more hockey winners with the leaderboard video in the hockey game tonight, and also with my sponsored video is also in the NHL tonight. So a couple more winners if you want them. Since I've only got 3 premiums, try to pick up some winners. Minnie and I had plenty, Tony, today. Actually, if you go back and uh, watch the show or just watch the NHL segment on YouTube, Mindy and I, several games we agreed on this NHL card. The next to last day of the season. Didn't see those 2 games there, Tony. Sorry to mislead you there on that. I just figured all these teams were playing today and the season was over, but that wasn't the case. And there'll be 2 more games tomorrow. One of them with impact, one of them with no impact. But Colorado may need that game tomorrow against Nashville. The 2-game NHL slate on Friday.
There you go, guys. So you can check out Ramon over at Tony's Picks. And of course, the embedded videos. This is the last thumbnail to make right here. I think I got them all done so far. The last one to roll here. I got some cool thumbnails up there for you guys. But anyway, if you're looking for Ramon's embedded video play, the sponsored pick, just scroll down the home page to the pick ticker, and you'll see Ramon's embedded video there. And also on our Premium Picks page, on our members area, click the Premium Picks tab, and you will find the members update, the handicapper update video, and then you'll get a free pick from Ramon Scott. So check it out there, right there at tonyspicks.com, and go ahead and visit the site if you would. It'll get you back here to the homepage. I haven't said this yet on the show. And of course, if you have any questions about anything, you need to get in touch with anyone. See this little young lady right here? Just click it. That's our live chat. And that'll get you rolling there if you have any questions. Need help with picks? You have any questions? Need help? We'll respond very quickly there. So hit the live chat, and they will be of help to you if you have any questions of picks or have any questions whatsoever. There you go with the live chat. All right, Ramon, it's always great having you on the show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
All right, get ready for a fun Friday, but we're going to pick some winners tonight as well. Thanks a lot, Tony.
You got Ramon Scott here on Game Day Picks.